When you think of your vegetable garden, you probably think of something on the ground, horizontal. Well, the Dominion Energy Charitable Foundation has provided a grant to teach middle school students how to grow things vertically. It's happening at Luther Jackson Middle School in the Aquaponics and Vertical Farming Ecosystems Lab. And with us is Mark Smith, Director of ESTEEM, and that's the Center for Equity in Science, Technology, English, Engineering, and Math.
Nice to be here.
We have some pictures of your students, and I was just amazed
at
looking at vertical farming. I've heard about it, but to see it is something else. Lettuce sideways, how does it happen? How does it work?
Well, this whole idea was the idea of an 8th grader 2 years ago to create a Mars-type farm on Earth.
Right.
So their idea was to take hydroponic garden, so it uses very little water. In fact, only 2 gallons per month.
Because it's not getting water out of the soil.
It doesn't go out.
Right?
It doesn't go into the soil. It just circulates the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
And
there is no soil.
There is no soil. And we have these 2 sort of large coat rack size vertical farms. And if you were to put the same amount of lettuce, get the same amount of lettuce out in a year out of farmland, it would be about 80 times larger, the footprint.
Wow. And
take gallons and gallons and hundreds of gallons more of water.
Wow.
Then there's a second piece, which is a $300-gallon fish tank that they are growing tilapia in. And then the aquaponics part is where you hook the fish tank to the vertical garden. So the waste from the fish is the fertilizer for the plants, and the plants clean the water for the fish.
Are you saying that big container thing has fish in it?
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
And then they take the lettuce that they grow and the fish that they harvest and give it to our food pantry that delivers it to families in our neighborhood that need food. So they have that piece, the connection, the empathy piece. They've engineered the whole thing. I have kids engineering the fish together with the plants, and they keep asking me, what should I do next? And I go, I don't know, nobody's ever done this before. You have to figure it out. For an 8th grader, that's quite a challenge, but these people have been on it for 2 years, and they just go, yes, I know, I have to figure it out.
And they do.
And they do.
So this was all their idea?
Yes. That's part of the ESTEEM Center, where we are vertically integrated. We're creating this workforce development pathway all the way from kindergarten through college. And we're mentoring up and down, and we're presenting kids with a project-based learning model where we really throw them into the deep end. I mean, the kids that come into my class have to pick their own project. They have to figure out how to do it. They have to fill out a purchase order and order their parts and then put it together and test it, make sure it's, so they're really learning a lot of real-world skills.
Yes. So
agency and the ability to figure stuff out on your own.
Wow, that's incredible.
It's neat.
Yeah, and so how long have you been doing this?
About 5 years.
And this is, what are some of the other projects the kids have come up with?
Electronic skateboards, they're 13.
Right,
electronic bikes, motorcycles, they've done a go-kart. Other people are creating a tomato plant hydroponically grown that's on a robot-controlled roller, so when it grows up, they pull it down, and the plant only thinks it's 1.5 feet high, and it just keeps growing, and there's no end. It's an everlasting tomato plant.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was a cool project.
These are smart kids.
Yeah, well.
But you open the door for them. Like, you don't want to do it for, I mean, how
no,
do you keep yourself from not, like, I don't know.
I say I don't know a lot, and about a third of the time I'm lying. They're way out there. But the kids will do it if given the chance. Now, our school isn't not particularly special. It's one of the most diverse schools in the entire county. We have about 50% of our kids or so are on the federal free and reduced lunch program.
50?
Yeah, ish. We're helping them develop the same project-based learning model, so kids learn innovation.
Well, and really, the hands-on learning is so key to do, and to create something, come up with something, and then they're so motivated.
More so because they get to pick their own projects.
Yeah.
I mean, they have to pitch them to me and I have to clear it.
Well, it's something they're interested in.
And then they're interested in it, and they come in, they get to work, and I don't even have to tell them what to do. I have to stop them from doing their projects to teach them stuff.
I bet you see a lot of kids that are going to become engineers.
I get calls from old students that have been.
I was going to ask you.
Yeah.
Do they tell? Because
And
5
like,
years out, they're already through high school and now
Right.
into college, or doing
getting
something
into
else.
college and choosing engineering as their path.
That's what engineers, they solve problems. And so that's what your kids are doing. They come up with an idea
Right.
and solve a problem, make something.
Figure stuff out.
Figure stuff out, yeah. So how have the kids reacted to all this?
It's going like gangbusters. I mean, no standing room only.
I was going to say, I bet you have people, you know, is there a waiting list to get in the class?
Almost.
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 Oh my gosh. What is the grant going to be used for?
The grant is being used right now by the team that's engineering the integration of the fish tank with the vertical hydroponic gardens.
Is the lettuce tasty? Have you at least tried it?
It's organic, and you pick it like a half an hour before you eat it.
Oh.
So it's kind of amazing.
Well, and no bugs on it.
No bugs.
That's nice. Yeah. Wow, fantastic. Thank you so much for coming in
Thank you.
and letting
It's a
us
pleasure.
know all about it. We appreciate it very much.